What is up, guys? Welcome to the August 7th patch note rundown for Black Desert Online. We have a lot of stuff going on today. Edania is canceled. The whole expansion kaput. Just kidding. It's delayed. If you guys didn't hear the big news of the week, Edania has been delayed, and we're getting the compensation on this patch, though, because that's what we're talking about right here. I'll be honest with you. I'm okay with it getting delayed if it means a massive amount of compensation, because let's be honest, it doesn't have a whole lot of content in it for most of the mid and early game players anyway, so they don't really get to enjoy the expansion. So getting more hot time, getting more other stuff, a W. Now, there are some events ending on this patch. Number one, the Sea Palace cooked. I think the Sea Palace will still be available, but the Baby Veil and all that stuff going away on this patch. The Odor Spirit Essence, so the Infinite Potion event is also ending, as well as the Wukong rewards gone as well. No more of those. So those are gone, but fortunately, hot time is back, baby. Woo! And conveniently, it is for 2 weeks until Edania comes out. That's right. Suck our penises, Pearl Abyss, because they delayed our expansion. This is very likely in an attempt to make us a little happier. And I'll be honest with you, I think a lot of people will be happy. So it's basically, guys, it's just the hot time. Once again, you're getting 1,000% combat EXP, in addition to 400% skill EXP that nobody cares about, 100% life EXP, and most importantly, 100% drop rate on all servers. So enjoy that 300% drop rate while grinding. 350 if you're on our show. We're cooking, boys. We're also getting... Wait, 5,000 Grondstones and a hammer box. Okay, yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. They can delay it another 2 weeks as long as they give us 5,000 more crons and the drop rate event again. I'll be real. I think that the that Edania is content for like the top like 1% of players in most cases. Now a lot of people are waiting for the Sovereign offhand. That's fair. But aside from the Sovereign offhand, the rest of Edania is kind of content for like me. I'm okay with delaying it like this. This helps out everybody. So I'm good with this. So you are going to get a hammer box, it looks like, guys. By killing monsters, gathering, and fishing. So you're going to get Edania's Echoing Emblems. I'm sure that's probably a different event. Illuminate your adventures with Pearl Blessings. Oh, another event for me! Woo! Okay, yeah, usually what Pearl Blessings are, yep, guys, you spend money and you get extra rewards in the Pearl shop. So it looks like this time they're giving a 40% discount coupon, one of the Ultimate Premium Enhancement boxes, which typically gives you something like 2 outfits or so. In this case, you just hope that you don't roll. You're hoping that you don't roll the Dark Hungers. I'm going to be honest with you. What else are they giving away for this? Oh, wow. Okay, so spend $2, you get a 10% discount coupon. Spend 1,000 pearls, that's $10. You get like a maid. That's the best thing to pull out of this box. You can't get like 500 crowns, but the maid is the best thing. You can get a 15% discount, so all the way up to 40%. You spend $140 to get another 40% discount coupon so that you can spend more money. How about that? That's crazy. Anyway, for normal people, that's not really an event. Don't even worry about that. Edania's Echoing Emblems. I thought it said problems. So the problem is it's not really released yet. Oh, that guy looks like a badass. So it looks like, yeah, you're killing monsters, gathering, and fishing. And it looks like you're going to be getting a Choose Your Hammer box. So you're going to get Jay's Hammer of Loyalty, Primordial Hammers, Ancient Hammers. So you'll be able to click your Sovereign, Karazad, or Black Stars, or whatever one time. My strong recommendation is that you can take the Karazad hammer, guys, and you tap the Karazad with your Karazad on pen or deck. I'm sorry. You're gonna get 5,000 crons, 150 to 200 Advice of the Valks, Origin of Dark Hunger, Artisan Memories, and Enhancement Help Kits. Let's see. All right, so yeah, you can just log in, guys. You don't even have to play the game. You don't have to grind. You don't have to do anything. The devs are just, please keep logging in. Please, just log in. Please, please. We're sorry about it. Please, just log in. Please. Oh, you just have to just keep fishing. The stockholders don't even know a difference. The shareholders have no idea. It's okay. You still count as the +1. Yeah. So this event, guys, you just log in, get all the rewards, no problem. You don't actually have to play the game actively for any reason whatsoever. You're gonna get 5,000 crons. You're gonna get a Jay's Hammer. You're gonna get a 200 stack, basically, just for logging in. You won't. Okay, yeah. If you just log in an AFK, so if you just log in and you just stand in Velia, you will literally get the hammer and the grindstones. If you log in and you AFK fish, you'll get a 200 stack and probably a 190 as well. Maybe a 180 too. Yeah. Yep. Whatever. Good event. You know, it's basically the compensation event for not getting Edania. So, you know, whatever. Okay, so that's it for the events here. Here's the super cool Demon Realm update schedule. Yeah, so this is them just saying that they're postponing it. They're postponing it until August, at least the first half of the expansion. I know there were people commenting on one of my previous videos. By the way, like this video. It means a lot, guys. If you just scroll, just hit that like button for me real quick. Thanks so much, guys. There were people commenting on my previous videos. Blue, it's not delayed for more than 2 weeks. Actually, a decent amount of it is delayed until September 11th. That's a whole month. It's a little over a month for sure on this because we were supposed to have Sovereign when we logged in the morning. Now, that being said, we are still getting Sovereign on the 21st. So some of Edania will be coming out on the 21st and the rest of it will be coming out on September 11th. This gives, for those of you that weren't ready for Edania before, you can still not be ready for Edania on the 21st now. Just keep fishing. Don't log out. Don't stop playing the game. Keep AFK fishing. Don't play the game at all. Just don't stop playing the game. Okay, that's what's important, okay? You don't have to prep for Edania. Just don't uninstall the game. Please don't uninstall the game. So we're gonna get the main story quest. We're getting the grindable monster zones. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce these. Again, these are only for the top 1% of the 1%ers. You're going to get the bosses that, again, are only for the top 1% of the 1%er. The Throne of Edania, again, only for the top 1%. New items, Sovereign Sub-Weapon. That's the thing that everybody's really waiting for because no one else, other than, like, me and, you know, 200 other adventurers are going to get to do the rest of this crap. Edania's defense gear, artifacts, lightstones, consumables, and more. Okay, so, yeah, this stuff is what the rest of the population are waiting for here. The second update is the finisher of the main story. It looks like you're gonna get the last 2 grind zones and the final 2 bosses, which again are just top 1% content. So yeah, we're still getting Sovereign on the 21st. The important part that everybody cares about is still coming on the 21st. So not the end of the world. And as I said, I think that that's probably okay. Mainly because, you know, they're gonna give us, you know, what essentially amounts to 15,000 grindstones. Because, like, you're also, for those of you that don't know, I'll cover it really quickly. Surprise special login rewards. This is for the console update. It's really not for the console update. It's really because, again, they delayed Edania. They're giving us all 10,000 more grindstones for logging in. They're giving you a 250 stack, a 200, and a 180, a choose your hammer box, and a T10 attempt. Also, 7-day value pack, Combo Blessing, Book of Old Moon that will instantly activate. Some sort of statue looking thing. The visor, which I'll be honest with you, I already have that visor. It's really cool. So W visor there. And then, yeah, so here's all the here you go. Just keep logging in. Don't log out. As I said before, they're desperate. I'm gonna be honest, guys. They're fucking desperate. It goes until 9/11/13. Interestingly enough, that's when the second part of Edania releases for us in the West here, or for us like globally here. So yeah, basically, guys, they're just saying, please log in, but also let's edge you a little bit with these screenshots. Always really good. Those grind zones look pretty cool, I'll be honest. Too bad we aren't gonna be able to be grinding them tomorrow. Anyway. Okay, news and improvements class changes. All right. With the recent disabling of mouse movement during the skill... Okay, here comes the crash out. You guys better have liked the video by now because I'm gonna be honest with you. Them ninja changes made it... Not even just the ninjas. If the Zerker changes didn't make it to live, we're gonna be okay. I'm gonna be honest. As long as the Zerker changes didn't make it through, it's gonna be okay. All right, following the mouse to move change, we've made adjustments to classes who heavily relied on mouse to move in PvP. This is so fucking stupid because, like, I'll be honest with you, most ninjas were not using mouse to move. I would say, like, the top percentage of ninjas were using mouse to move. Zerkers, sure, they were using mouse to move, but I would say that the vast majority of players don't use mouse to move in PvP. Most players are not nearly good enough to use mouse to move as a function. It's just the truth. So, like, taking that, like literally buffing the entire class because the top 1% of players was nerfed by removing mouse to move is unfair, because then you just make the class overpowered in general. It's just ridiculous. Following last week's changes, we're continuing to review how mouse movement affects skill usage across all classes. During this time, we've focused on Ninja and Kuno because Armin told us to. Please note we're also looking into other classes that Choice told us to look into in a similar way. We'll continue to make further adjustments as our Pearl Abyss partners tell us to do so. Also, please note that these classes considered too powerful are currently undergoing thorough analysis and adjustments, which may take some time. So, okay. The ninja changes clearly made it through. They didn't mention Zerker here, so I'm going to guess that thank God that they didn't actually include those. But here are the... Smoke screen is now changed to a stun debuff in PvE only. Changed the skill that combines defensive effects and debuffs. Smoke screen to ninjutsu shadow stomp. Yeah, whatever. For ninja, prime smoke screen's hit detection and defensive effects are activated as before. Ninjutsu shadow stomp. Change the defensive effects as follows. Before it was a forward guard before the attack. Now it's a forward guard into super armor because ninja didn't have enough protection. Clearly, we need to buff this class because the morons that play ninja are clearly not good enough at the game to make the class actually be good. So that's good. If Shadow Stomp is instantly activated by comboing from another skill, super armor will be applied from the start. Yeah, okay. For Kunoichi Prime, Shadow Stomp's defensive effects have also been changed in the same way. Okay. So, Ninja, here are the big changes for Ninja's ninjutsu concealment. Even in large-scale PvP, this is going to be completely busted. Added a new skill, set to auto-activate when using ninjutsu concealment in succession. And this is only for Suck Ninja, because Awakening Ninja is dog shit and nobody cares about them because they're third-world citizens. Concealment is not removed when struck during the skill. So, in other words, guys, ninjas will remain in... stealth, even if you hit them with a skill. There will be absolutely no counterblade, just about no counterblade at all. Debuffs will remove concealment. So my understanding is that if you CC them, knockback, knockdown, float, etc., it will remove concealment. I don't know if by debuff they could technically mean poison. They could mean bleed. They could mean other things like that, but I doubt it. If damage doesn't remove it, then it's probably just CC, which means the counterplay to getting ninja out of stealth will be to throw out every single major CC skill that you have in your entire kit before you just in random directions to try to figure out where they are. And once you've exhausted everything, then of course they can go ahead and try to engage on you from a protected what essentially amounts to a protected position. That's great. Oh, by the way, they don't require stamina at all while they're running through stealth anymore either. I've already crashed out about this once before. I've spoken about this. I think that this is the most out of touch, ridiculous dev change I've seen in a while. Since last week when we buffed Berserker, change stamina will not be consumed when using the skill. Stamina no longer recovers while standing still. Yeah, so you don't use stamina at all. You just run through stealth. Basically, guys, they can sprint in stealth and they can use stealth indefinitely. And the only way to get them out of stealth is to CC them, is my understanding. Poisons and bleeds and stuff could technically work, but I doubt it. The jury's still out on that. And I'm sure that if they do work on them, the devs will immediately change it because Armin told them to. All praise Armin for these changes. The skill lasts for 5 seconds. Block jump. Moving to a clone on your left or right after the skill will apply succession ninja concealment after effect. So you can go into it out of block jump as well. So now you can use concealment out of block jump. So they don't have to move forward or backward out of block jump anymore. They can move to the side and just go into permanent stealth as well, which is great. And again, you can't knock them out of it. Shadow Slash. This is for Ninja Awakening. And Awakening Ninja, I'll be honest with you, this is also a very, very powerful change. They now get a super armor all the way through to the end of Shadow Slash here. It is a knockdown instead of a float. Yeah, whatever, okay. Change the critical hit rate. Increase effect to all AP plus 20 for 10 seconds, which is a massive buff to the class. The effect is the same of that of Seamless. Yeah, so this is a big deal. Change, not as big as this one. This one's insane. This is way too over the top. Succession Ninja does not need this as a class. It's ridiculous. This is also obnoxious, but what are you gonna do? Really, Awakening Ninjas were complaining because they couldn't grind very fast, and they're buffing them in PvP, which is very strange. But okay. Kuno is getting some moderately good changes, but it's very important to understand that women are objectively not as good as men are. And this is expressed through Pearl Abyss, because Ninja must always be stronger than Kunoichi. all the time. So Ninja got super buffs. That means Kuno can get some buffs. Tragic Blade, change the stun debuff on hits to PvE only. Crescent Slash, change the super armor effect before attack to during the skill. Okay, so now you're gonna have super armor the whole time. Oh, it's right there. It's just it's at the back of the light because they're idiots. Yeah, so there's the super armor effect right here. Yeah, this is a terrible showcase of it, but the super armor effect is there, and it lasts a lot longer after the effect there. Tendon Cutter. Now you're just getting plus 20 AP for 10 seconds when using the skill, just like you would when you use Crescent Slash. So you're getting a 20 AP buff there. Awakening, Penumbral Blade. Change the attack motion to activate more quickly. Changed from bound to a stiffness. Also in PvP now. Cooldown change from 9 to 7 seconds. Chain Crash, Chakram. Improve the skill to now combo into Ghost Step, Moonstorm, Flow, Block Jump during use. Okay, so yeah. Kuno, these are okay changes for Kuno. I don't think this is necessarily like an over-the-top change. This is ridiculous. I don't know what the devs were thinking. I don't know who suggested this. Sorry, I need to... Screw Arsha, bro. They're just going to run around in stealth and just keep block jump grabbing you. They're just going to grab you out of stealth. They can just walk up to you and grab you. In stealth that you can't stop, even if you hit them. That's going to be really fun to deal with. No, bro. What the f are we doing in Pearl Abyss, man? Dude, I don't get it. It's hard not to point at some of our Berserker streamers and say, yeah, you're definitely not the reason for this change. For sure. Main Succession Berserker particularly is getting yet another buff on this patch. And apparently, I've heard that they're getting even more buffs on the Global Labs again. It's not over yet. Succession Berserker is getting a stamina usage buff on Lava Piercer. Reduce the stamina cost from 250 to 150. Please bear in mind, guys, that Succession Berserker, as far as movement goes, is one of the lowest stamina usage classes in the entire game. And the devs thought, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and reduce that even further because we found that some of our dog players are still having a hard time with it. Now, wait, it's not over yet. They get yet another buff on this patch again. Improved so that you can now hold SF and skill combo directly after predatory hunt. So now you can be super armored not just during the run, guys, but if you hold SF, you'll be super armored after the run too, because Succession Berserker didn't have enough super armors and fully protected movement before. We found, as the development team, of course, we found that Berserkers were only able to stand in full, unadulterated, but you super armor for approximately 37 seconds before they actually had to use a frontal guard or had to run away. So we decided to go ahead and make that just go ahead and make that indefinite. Now we found that Succession Berserker can stand in full super armor the entire time while they get all their health back, mind you, because they have some of the best health regenerative skills in the entire game. Please bear in mind that it also has the largest health pool of pretty much any class in the entire game and scales some of the best with DR. Berserker is also single-handedly one of the primary classes leading to the problem in current PvP, where people are just way too fucking tanky. And by people, I mean Berserker, Striker, Mystic, and Hashashin are really the primary problem holders in PvP. But let's be honest, we're not seeing a Hash buff on this patch. We're not seeing a Striker buff on this patch. We're not seeing a Mystic buff on this patch. We're seeing a Succession Berserker buff. But don't worry, Awakening, which is objectively the weaker side of Berserker, Giant Leap. Increased falling speed when activating the skill consecutively while airborne. Cool. Now you'll get to the ground class faster so you can stay in your permanent protection. Although Awakening can't stand in permanent protection all the time. It does have to use some frontal guards. Thank fucking God. It's Succession, then I swear to God, I don't understand. Our dev team is so out of touch. I don't get it. I straight up don't get it. And aside from them watching some of the top streamers in our category, I mean, like, why? I don't understand, because, like, let's be honest, guys. The vast majority of PvPers aren't using mouse to move. I know, I played with them for years. Now, the top-end PvPers absolutely use mouse to move. They abuse it on classes like Ninja and Berserker. But you only ever see that out of the really top end players, which is why I mentioned Armin and why you mentioned Choice in this particular case. And like, I think that the devs kind of have overreacted with these changes, because like they're over here going, oh yeah, we're reviewing how mouse to move affects usage across all classes. This time we focused on Ninja Kuno. Yeah, they didn't even mention the fact that they're buffing Berserker again. But like they're literally, we've made adjustments to classes that heavily relied on mouse to move in PvP. These classes didn't like heavily rely on mouse to move. I mean, like, again, only the top like what 5% of PvPers was really even using mouse to move in the first place, because like most people are either too lazy or not good enough to do that. The top 1%, yeah, sure, but like to buff the entire class, because the top 1% got nerfed by taking mouse to move away, which I would argue is a change. The mouse to move change was quite literally just bringing those people like, okay, well, now PvP will be more approachable for more players because they don't have to worry about people using mouse to move to try to abuse around them. You should be able to like find catches on these classes. Instead, their solution is to add even more protection to the game overall, so that classes feel even more unCCable. Like we're gonna reach a point now, because like again, every patch we're gonna add a super armor, we're gonna add a forward guard, we're gonna add another super armor, we're gonna add another super armor, we're gonna add like super armor essentially to concealment, we're gonna add everything. Right, we're just gonna get another super armor here, we're gonna add more super armors, we're gonna extend super armors. Eventually, we're going to reach a point where people just don't get CC'd anymore in PvP, and we're basically just super armor trading because no one can CC anyone anymore. And it's because the developers are super out of touch with this stuff. In my opinion, the removing mouse to move should have been the end. That's it. You don't get anything as a result, because then it makes Succession Berserker CC'able. Then you can actually get in behind. Succession was basically an unkillable monster with mouse to move. Anyone that was using mouse to move on Succession literally could not be CC'd for any reason whatsoever at all. And anybody that's fought a Succession using mouse to move understands this. Ninja, you could catch a ninja theoretically, but with mouse to move it makes it significantly more difficult. But Succession was really hard, so removing mouse to move was really just like, oh, okay, so now we can try to jump behind them when they try to use a frontal guard. No, you can't do that anymore, because we're just going to give them even more super armors. Don't worry about it. Like, I just don't even understand. Like any gap in the kit whatsoever, they just immediately fill it again with more protection and more buffs. It's just actually unbelievable. I don't actually know. But like, what's missing here is I don't see another Dark Knight nerf, and I'm really concerned that they aren't paying attention. What I need to do is just play Zerker. I just need to play Succession Berserker. I'll have that nerfed in 2 weeks. Because I'm going to make it look good. Because if a terrible player like me can literally just run around killing everybody and just never be killed, easy. Just demonstrate how fucking stupid that class is. But then again, they still probably won't nerf it, because their PA Golden Boys will still be playing these classes and will still advocate for buffs. I don't understand it. I really don't get it, guys. Please stop advocating for buffs on classes that don't fucking need them. I straight up, like, I think that Suck Ninja should be stripped of its class buff. Needs to be completely stripped down to basically nothing if you're going to give it a change like this. Suck Ninja's class buff being as strong as it is, in addition to concealment now being this fucking powerful. Again, I think you just need to nerf the class buff into the ground then. Let's bring it back in line with everybody else then. All right. So now you're going to get... okay, so yeah, all the likes in the group chats. For those of you that don't know, if you like people's comments in the group chat in game, they can get, and they have like some of the most likes at the end of time, or end of like the 90-day stretch. They'll get like a special title. Those titles are being recycled this time. The best one being "Oh Captain, my Captain," in my opinion. Okay, so item descriptions on Lightstones got changed. Change that you get a plus 42% swimming speed effect, even if you mix and match the different summer season outfits. Okay, the real change that we needed. Change the name of the crystal group. Okay, yeah, whatever. Monsters. Okay, and this is the really... Now that I'm done crashing them out about balance, now we're going to talk about the very important change. And this is the change that I think a lot of adventurers have really been waiting for since the big fuck up, like the big beautiful patch happened. They're buffing the mid-game grind zones. Honglim base and just Honglim base is being buffed. Please don't grind anywhere else. Go back to your prison. Reduce the HP of Honglim based monsters across the board. It looks like, let's see. Reduce the HP of the Centipede Market and Sentry Lynx by 20%. Reduce the HP of the Centipede Market and Sentry Fox and Raccoon Bandits by 25%. Reduce the HP of Sentry Market, Sentry Boar Bandits by 30%. So Honglim will be significantly less stinky. And so you should be able to kill it faster. You should be making more silver powered Honglim now than any other mid-game grind zone again. Again, it will reign King Supreme, I think. Hex Marie is once again being nerfed, so let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Change so that when Hex Marie emerges, Worm Within Souls will no longer fill up. By the way, this is the only buff to the mid-game grind zones in the game on this patch. And that is a good buff. But I think that mid-game grind zones need at least another 5 to 800 million silver per hour if they're actually going to be brought in line with other grind zones in the game. Like, I think that mid-game grinders across the board need to be making... they need to be making 500 to 800 more million an hour at Honglim and Jade. They need to be making 5 to 800 more million an hour at places like Hex Marie. They need to be making 5 to 800 mil an hour more at pretty much everywhere under Tungrad Ruins. Because the difference between Tungrad and the rest of the pack is just substantial at this point. It's very, very substantial. But Hex Marie is getting nerfed. Change so that when Hex emerges, the Worth in Souls will no longer fill up. So you can't fill souls while Hex Marie is spawned. Change Hex Marie to no longer summon Soulless Skeleton Warriors. So again, that's a huge nerf. Reduce the amount of junk loot obtainable from Green Orc Skeleton Warriors. That's fucking massive. From 14 to 16 to 2 to 3. Reduce the Agris Fever consumed from the Green Orc Skeleton from 27 to 4. So, your Agris should last a little bit longer at Hex Marie, but you're getting less loot. So you're going to have to grind for longer, so your Agris will last for longer, but you're going to have to grind for longer. So yeah, this is still a nerf to Hex Marie. We're buffing Tungrad Ruins again. I don't fucking know. Reduce the HP of Tungrad Aesthetics by 10%. So, again, Honglim is getting that 25 to 30%, but then again, Tungrad is getting pumped up. Hex Marie's moved down. The gap between the early mid-game grinders and the late-game grinders continues to widen. Now we move to Dekia Cadres. Looks like reduce the HP of the Cadre Commanders by 20%. That's a big deal. Reduce the HP of Cadre Fighters by 10%. You should always be going to Cadre Ruins over Crescent Shrine, guys. And I'll be honest with you, this should put Cadre Ruins right around the same silver per hour or close to Trolls. And a lot of people hate Trolls because it feels like crap. So I recommend trying Dekia Cadres on the new patch. Let me know how it goes for you guys. Dekia 2 Olins. Reduce the HP, Boulder, Rock, and Indomitable. This is the endgame grinders. So Golem's HP being reduced by 30% and the Golem's Heart being reduced by 20%. So huge, massive buff for Dekia 2 Olins. Where was Dekia 2 Olins? I'm curious, was it underperforming? Because I didn't really feel... I've done some Dekia Olins on the current patch. And yeah, it was tanky. It didn't feel super great, but it didn't really feel like it was underperforming. Yeah, no, it's... So now it's gonna be making probably third best in the game. Yeah, you're killing these. This is a 30%. Like, this is crazy. This is a 30% HP reduction and a Golem's Heart by 20%. Yeah, you're gonna be killing those mobs way faster. You should be making at least 3.3 bill an hour or something now. Probably. At least. At Olins. According to Garmoth numbers. Now, these are never correct. I'm gonna be honest with you. These numbers are never right, but, you know, it is what it is. You see Orzeki up here at 4 bill an hour for our top end players here. And then if you come down, here's Quint. Here's Tungrad Ruins. Tungrad Ruins at 2.7. Quint at 2.4. Honglim down at 1.6. I don't really feel people are making 1.6 at Honglim. I think that's a little fruity McTootie. I don't think people, I think that's a lie. But you know, it is what it is. Regardless, the gap is massive. The gap is tremendous. Even if you are making 1.6 at Honglim, your dog is we're making 4 bill at Orzekia. All right, so Orzekia now has a Marnie realm because they decided that adventurers were actually seeing each other in the open world. And guys, it's very important that you don't see other adventurers in this massive multiplayer online RPG game. Okay, do not look at other players. If you see another player, run in terror. Make sure that you play by yourself. Do not make friends. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You can get the mobs will spawn for 60 minutes in the Marnie Realm zone, just like usual. But usually in Marnie Realm, guys, the mobs spawn 2 times faster. Yeah, so just heads up. Quest in knowledge. Oh, so they added the pre-come Edania quest line has been added. Note in Conquest War adjusted the damage of. So yeah, so you can do the pre-quest for Edania. It doesn't really get you anything, guys. It just, you know, if you're interested in the lore, you can do it. Note in Conquest War, Hawacha and Great Hawacha. Damage reduced by almost 20%. That's 19% for the normal Hawacha, 23% for the Greater Hawacha. I actually think that that's still not enough of a nerf. The Hawachas were just one-shotting people flat out. Reducing their damage by 20% still probably has them one-shotting most people, or at least like 90%ing them. Like, I don't... whatever. Okay. Fix the issue where the cannon and the elephant damage against forts was abnormally applied during Node Wars. Fix the issues where adventurers dealt excessive damage to gates and command posts. Okay. Fix the issue where adventurers dealt reduced damage to gates and command posts during Medea Conquest War. Wait, they were doing more damage to gates and command posts during Calphiana Valencia, and they were doing less damage to gates and command posts during Medea. And then fix the issue where allies appeared as enemies on Conquest War while was in liberation status. Okay. So yeah, the Node Wars and Siege are still a complete clown fiesta, guys. Most Node War guilds, I don't think, did Node Wars this week because or they were just trying to avoid it altogether because cannons and Ellie's were just too busted. UI added the Orzekia tab to the Monster Zone UI. Web, no one cares. Transitions, changes, and fixes. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at the Pearl Shop changes for the week. I don't mean to be a doomer, guys, but I'll be honest with you. Those balance changes pissed me off. But I think that the Honglem change actually a good change. The Honglem change is a good change. Oh, I see the blacksmith shiny. Oh boy. So there's pearl blessings, guys. So again, we talked about before, if you spend pearls, you end up getting more stuff for free because you spent pearls. Oh, look, they're going to give coupons with pearl boxes too. This is not worth it. This isn't worth it. This is a joke. So guys, if you're really paying to win, the $350 box will act as like a 10 to 15% discount coupon by itself because you get $55 worth of extra pearls out of that box. This is saying buy a $60 pearl box and you'll get a 10% discount coupon. But you also get a blacksmith shiny box. That's really not. That's like whatever. But the 10% discount coupon is kind of like the bonus here. I don't think that that's worth it. This one's worth it. $100 for 20% off coupon. That one would be more worth it because you're getting 2 shiny boxes in this case. And then if you spend the $200, you get a 30% discount coupon with blacksmith shiny box times 5. So that one's probably worth. So you get discount coupons for spending pearls. Then when you spend the pearls, you get even more rewards for the pearl blessings. It's Value Town for whales. It's honestly almost insulting to the rest of the players that they delayed Edania so that, and then they give everyone a shitload of compensation and then put a bunch of whale events in the game and ask you guys to spend a shitload of money even though their content didn't release. That's insane. And the login rewards that we're getting, like the compensation, you don't even have to play the game. You just AFK fish. It's crazy. Literally insane. All right. So the blacksmith shiny boxes. These are typically really good boxes, but I'll be the judge of that. I'll probably open a number of these. I'll let you guys know. I am going to make a Patreon, guys. And I'm going to start putting a bunch of content on Patreon. I'll put, like, if I ever do pay to win stuff, I always record it, and then I'll put, like, the statistics that I got from it, and you get to see that content. And I always open them, by the way, in the Discord and my voice channels in the Discord. So if you guys want to watch it, like, live, but, like, it's not, like, live on Twitch, but, like, you're in voice with me, you can do that, too, because I hang out in voice when I open stuff like this, too. So, like, yeah, I don't know if these are going to be worth it. I remember the blacksmith shiny boxes being pretty good, though, the last time they were here, because, like, I never bought them, like, in bulk last time, though, so maybe I had just been carried. I don't know. I'll have to see. Clarence travel bags are available again. These are the basically inventory expansion slots, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So what these do, guys, is they sit in your inventory. So I can pull these. I can pull it out here and show you guys. So if you have a full inventory, like you have all your inventory, obviously I don't have it on this character. But you can get even more by just right-clicking this. This is essentially 8 inventory slots. You just put whatever you want in here. Just put, you know, whatever. Yeah, it is what it is. You throw these in here. Yeah, okay. And it essentially acts as more inventory. And you can trade them between characters. As you just saw, you can made stuff between characters. Just pretty neat. There's an 8, 16, whatever. So if you're somebody that really only likes to play one character and you find yourself running out of inventory, or you want to put certain groups of things in the bags, these are actually pretty good to get. Buff bags. Wait, this is really good. Okay, this is Giga. 50% off Blessing of Old Moon pack. That means you get a Comma Blessing, Book of Old Moon, and Value pack. Now, I will tell you this. You don't need the Book of Old Moon. So you're better off just buying like the Value pack 40% off and the Comma Blessing 40% off, and then just dump it, because then that's only, you know, 1,1500 pearls. This is on SEA though, so the pearl conversion is completely different for NA. So, but it should be 40% off their normal price. That's going to be better than buying the Book of Old Moon. But if you don't care, you can just get the 50% off. This is one of the best deals I've seen on those. So that's definitely the time to buy them, especially with the coupons that they have available right now. Yeah, you're essentially talking about less than $1 a day for a value pack. Like less than maybe 50 cents a day for a value pack. That's pretty good. Artisan's Memory. Yeah, that's a common deal. Don't worry about that. Don't get all bent out of shape about that. Adventure support kits. These are whatever. These are okay. You get storage box. That's pretty good if you want to get more storage in different cities. Crystal restore coupon. One time. 50% off. That might make that a little bit more valuable. In other words, you can restore more crystals per year. You only get 1 extra crystal slot a year, though. And even still, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. You end up spending about $15. Even if it's 50% off, it's like $30 before. So now it's like $15-ish, I think. You spend $15 to save yourself 2 billion silver. It just doesn't make any sense. Like when you think about it, you're like, oh, that's so convenient. I don't have to replace my crystals. Well, yeah, you still kind of do, because you still have to slot it back in. If you die and you restore the crystal, you still have to slot it back in, and you're really only saving yourself a maximum. If you lost the best crystal in the game, about 2 billion silver at best for $15 US, it's still not worth it. Like, don't buy those. Like, this is stupid as fuck. Item brand spellstone, garbage. Well, honestly, the brand stones are pretty good, but normally they give them to us for free, so you shouldn't have to worry about it. Elion's Deer, don't worry about those. Okay, all right. Guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Guys, I'm going to be live tomorrow playing that new horse game. Uma Mama Saki Fucky. Whatever that is. We're going to be playing it tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. So we'll do some BDO, and then we'll be playing that horse game. So if you want to see that, check it out live on Twitch, YouTube, or Kick. Make sure you follow on all those platforms too. I love you guys. Catch you in the next video.